Hello and welcome to Surprise in 5, a show that takes a quick 5-minute look into the Surprise City topics that matter to you most. I'm Stacy Lloyd, your host. Today we're talking about the City Clerk's office, and joining us today is the City Clerk, Sherry Aguilar. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Stacy.
So first off, what does the City Clerk's office do?
Well, the City Clerk is the noted as the official records keeper of the city, and also the Chief Elections Officer for the city. I take care of all the city elections. And I'm also one of the 4 appointed positions for the city.
And what does that mean to be an appointed position?
The appointed positions are, they have a contract, they're city employees, but they are appointed by the mayor and city council.
I see. So you just mentioned that you deal with public records keeping and requests. Now tell me about that. And there's a process, correct?
That's correct. The city clerk's office is pretty much the hub of the majority of the records requests that come in through the clerk's office. They actually start with the clerk's office. We have a fillable form that you can fill out a request online, ask for records that'll be submitted right to the clerk's office, or you can stop by the city clerk's office and fill out the form. The requests, vary from building permits to agreements and resolutions and ordinances that the city council approves. And the process would be that it starts with our office, then it filters through the different departments that would be responsible for creating the documents, ends up back with the city clerk's office and to the customer.
And that's where they come to get it. Are there any really interesting requests that you get?
We have a lot of requests coming in, of course, from the news media on emails and phone calls, things like that. And the police department and fire department have a little bit of a different process because they deal with confidential records. So we don't get to see too many of those.
You don't see anything juicy, right?
Right, not a whole lot.
So tell me, what is it that you do with the city council meetings?
We actually are responsible for creating the council agenda packets. The council receives a book that contains all the items they're going to be approving that evening. So we're responsible for creating those documents as well as taking the minutes of each and every council meeting and make sure that they're published for our city's website.
And that has to be done each time there's a council
meeting?
Yes,
that's correct. Every single time.
And now you touched on elections and voter registration. Give me a little bit more about what your office does in those cases.
We're responsible for basically, we're the filing officer for all the candidates. If they want to run for city council, they would start with the clerk's office and fill out the necessary paperwork that they need to turn in to be able to run for office. We take care of the voter registration, and also the county actually distributes our ballots for us, and they actually process our ballots. But we play a big part in having the only polling location here at City Hall where people can actually come in and vote or drop their ballots off. We do conduct ballot by mail elections, and that means every single registered voter will receive a ballot automatically.
What is one thing that somebody might be surprised to learn about the city clerk's office?
Well, as of a couple of years ago, I was actually born and raised right here in Surprise. And so we were approaching our 50th anniversary, and the mayor and council actually appointed me as a city historian. And they asked me to put together a history book on Surprise. So for the 50th anniversary, we were able to complete a full history of when we started back in 1938 through today. And we also put together a video, and of course with the communications department. So most people probably don't know that about me, but I am born and raised right here. So that was a wonderful project that I was able to take part in.
Well, tell me what somebody might, I want to ask you a question about, since you are the city historian. What's one little tidbit about Surprise that's really interesting that you were able to bring to light?
Everybody wants to know where the name Surprise came from. And there's always been a couple of stories out there that it was named after Homer Ludden, who they thought was the founder, after his hometown in Surprise, Nebraska. And I was on a mission to find out who the real founder was, because I always knew it was a woman who had founded Surprise. So in all of our research, we did find that Flora Statler founded Surprise, and she named it, her daughter, who came to our book launch ceremony last February, told the story of that her mom said to her, if it ever amounts to much, it'll be a surprise. Because there was absolutely nothing out here. It was just all, fields and deserts. So that's where the name came from.
That's really interesting. Well, quickly, just tell us where people can get more information. Where should they go on the website?
If you go to surpriseaz.gov, to the city clerk's office section, you'll be able to find information on elections and the History Project and records requests and many other topics as well.
So lots of good stuff there.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sherry. This
You're
has
welcome.
been really interesting and learned things we didn't know
Yeah.
before. And again, if you'd like more information about the City Clerk's office, visit surpriseaz.gov or call 623-222-1200. And if you'd like to suggest a topic for a future Surprise in 5 show, please email us at surprise11@surpriseaz.gov. Thanks for watching.